Just like the other public universities, Mbarara University started very small with 43 students. Today we have nearly 6,000 students, but what we have presented, 4,392, are the registered students. That means there are quite a number of students who have not yet paid up, so we cannot count them as our students. We run 92 academic programs, of which 28 are bachelor programs, the majority are postgraduate programs, 60 postgraduate programs, that include 13 PhD programs, 44 master's programs, and 3 postgraduate diplomas. Recently, we received in the Corrigental enhancement of 1.82 billion. We got an enhancement of areas for development of 300 million and 304 million. But again, with the Corrigental, we have a cut for development of 400 million. So it means that we are working negatively in terms of that. We have certain priorities that my colleague will present regarding the building that has been under construction for the Faculty of Computing and Informatics, which we still owe quite a lot of money, and we want to ensure that money is prioritized. We need fittings and chairs for that building because we already admitted, we had anticipated that by this academic year, students would be in that building. But it has not been handed over, and we don't have money in place to buy chairs and fittings. Currently, our students who should be sitting there, we are conducting training in the library at the Chumoro campus, which is, if we had a church nearby, we would also have gone and taught in the church. The biggest problem, honorable members of this committee, is the issue of the town campus, particularly the Faculty of Medicine. We have presented this before. We don't have money for the renovations needed, and we are being threatened by the professional bodies to come and close the Faculty of Medicine. It's a matter that we have presented before, but we hope that this committee will help and guide us on what to do.
Some highlight on the staffing ratios, which we've actually been here and presented before. On page 4, the questions of staffing, the questions of percentages, but also for us to appreciate the challenge of promotions. When you look at page 4 of our presentation, you see the staffing ratios. For example, the teaching side, yes, we are at 33, but the bulk of this is at the lower level. So you find the assistant lecturers at 64, but the professors at 3.9. So this is, I just wanted to start with that for us to appreciate that even if you see a higher percentage, still there is an underground challenge of even promotions.
So
7 years.
What is the unfunded gap in total?
The total unfunded is 106 billion 599 chair.
Next page.
So we see that there are issues with government giving and taking away with one hand, because the advance tells us that we have given you additional funds, but at the same time comes a greater cut, which is affecting us seriously.
When Mbarara University was presenting, I nearly cried.
Today?
Yes, only that you were not reading my emotions. During my university days, we could only talk of Makerere, Mbarara, Chambogo. I'm not a young man, Chair. So I used to talk of Mbarara University with esteem. When we reached Mbarara University, as Honorable Itongo is explaining, I was like, is this the Mbarara University I used to hear about? I couldn't really identify myself. Not until we moved to Chumoro campus, at least there were prospects. There were prospects like here, this is what we intend to do, some structures were coming up, this is the plan, there was land. I should say yes. So I've read through the requests made by Mbarara University. There is nothing exaggerated. These are just issues that should be addressed if a university is going to serve as a university. So my simple comment, Chair, is that we support Mbarara University as usual, like we've been always supporting entities, because for us we have to be pro the communities we serve. I also have, much as I come from Chankwanza, I also have brothers and sisters, relatives who are in Mbarara University. So if we are talking of 4 professors, we don't have this. You had the VC talking of threats by authorities to close the medical faculty. These are issues that we cannot just smile at, Chairperson. So for us, let us just make our recommendation, as we have always done. Mbarara, you have our support. Finance will do their part.
You can now imagine the situation, because nothing has been done. So I think the situation now is even worse than what you saw that time. VC, there was a deadline to close that. But the last time we were there, you said there is a deadline, they are going to close us. What happened? Did you bribe and they extended the deadline? Is the deadline still on? Because, yes, because they are going to, I don't know, they are going to close that section really. But there's also issues to do with your staff who go to the hospital and they provide some services there, and they are not paid by the Ministry of Health and something like that. So we also wanted to hear, because the last time we were there, our proposal was that if you could talk to the Ministry of Health and see if there's something they can do to your staff who do that service. Otherwise, I declare my conflict of interest. That Chumur was my constituency before we made the city. I was born in that hospital. That is my hospital. I've been there. I know what is at the hospital. But
and I forget the name of the honorable lady who was spoken. Yes, you see, in the town campus, there are those buildings that were condemned. And we think that if we construct, this time going up, because you see, these were ordinary, buildings, single level and so on. If we go up, there's adequate space to construct the Faculty of Medicine. And as for the faculty, of course it is still fenced off, and we are negotiating with them to allow us to use the building even when we have not fully paid them. And they have tentatively agreed they will give us, but there are some works they want to complete. And my conversation with the US yesterday, he said, is it 2 weeks more? That they're still going to complete, and maybe after 2 weeks, they will get back to us to see whether they will give us the building, hand over the building or not. But as we are saying, we owe them over 5 billion.
Any other university, Mbarara is equally faced with the same challenges. It's my humble prayer that this time around, finance has to behave and see that these universities are supported and they can grow better. Because there is no way we can send all the youth of Ugandans to study abroad. Where is the money? Instead, that money which we are sending, if they are not scholarships, we should put them in these universities so that they get better and better every other day. I join my colleagues really to see that we need to talk to finance better, and as the ministry, because I was surprised when the VC was saying even the Ministry of Education condemned the structure. I thought they were supposed to only recommend and give you money to do the right things instead of condemning.
We have a challenge in the universities at the moment. Most of the new universities that are established, did not get a seed capital to help them to start off. Most of the universities started either in the existing government buildings, which were structures of, say, of local government, like in Kabara University. Mbarara University started in a former school of nursing that was in Mbarara, similar to other universities. So there is a big challenge. Another challenge, other than infrastructure development, there is a challenge of staffing. Western University is having about 10% of academic staff. Guru University, I think, is around 17%. Most of the universities are in between 10 to 30% of academic staff, which is a big challenge. The universities don't have money for research. They don't have money also to maintain the little bit that they have. The issue of financing is a big challenge. They are struggling. So Mbarara University, they have never got constructed a teaching hospital. They don't have it. So what they are utilizing is which was formerly a district hospital, which is now regional referral hospital under Ministry of Health. So in all, as a committee, we have taken a decision that once we finalize our report, the recommendation must be clear on funding those universities so that our children are able to get what they deserve in higher education.